Hi everyone, I've gotten several questions about the mediator training assignment or the behavior skills training assignment. And so I thought I would make a quick video and just walk us through what the requirements are. I also wanted to announce that I know it's been a bit of an unprecedented time right now. And so if you are experiencing difficulty in terms of getting this completed, given other circumstances that you might have going on, please don't hesitate to reach out to me so that I can support you in that way. If you're finding you need extra time in order to get things done because maybe you have other responsibilities that have suddenly presented itself, please let me know. I'm here to support you. I want to make this as stress-free an assignment as possible. So please don't hesitate to communicate with me if I can do anything. So this is a pretty cool assignment, and it's actually one of my favorites in the course, and in all of the courses in the Autism and Behavioral Science program. So I want you to be mindful that there are two components to this assignment. There's a written training protocol, and then you are also going to demonstrate your written training protocol. So I want you to imagine that you have a skill acquisition program for one of these particular scenarios. So scenarios 1 through 12 there. You can pick one, and you are going to imagine that you have a skill acquisition program for that particular scenario. I want you then to do the following. I want you to give me a brief description, so about a paragraph or so, of why this program is being implemented. Why is it important? Why are we working on this training? Where it's going to take place? Who the mediator is. So is it a parent? Is it a sibling? Is it a teacher? Is it an educational assistant? Is it another professional? And then any other pertinent information that you think would help support and provide a rationale for why this training is needed at this point. You're going to give a learning objective. And I want you to think back to Intro to EBA when we learned about behavioral objectives, because the learner objective is exactly a behavioral objective. So you're going to make sure that you've got those 4 components. Okay, so go way back to Intro to EBA and you'll remember that those 4 components are the learner, the behavior, the conditions, and the criteria. I want you to create an agenda for everything that you want to cover within your training session. So, an introduction and an explanation of the program, and then demonstrations and modeling and feedback. And then I want you to create a performance checklist. So think back to the beginning of this course when we learned about performance checklists. You're going to create a performance checklist for you to use as a pre and post test to assess for procedural integrity. Okay? You do not need to include a skill acquisition program. So you're going to pick one of these scenarios, wide variety of scenarios here, and you are going to provide me with everything right here in this particular component. And if we go down and take a look at our rubric for the training assignment, I'm going to assess your program description. The learning objective, again, I'm making sure that you've included all 4 of those components, the behavior, the learner, the criteria, and the conditions, that you've included a detailed enough agenda so that I have a good understanding of what your meeting's going to look like and what's going to take place, keeping note that you are also going to plan for a follow-up visit. And then you are going to attach your performance checklist that's going to have 4 or more steps, each with a clearly stated, observable, and measurable criteria. Okay, and that's scored out of 20. So that's part 1. That's your written component. Once you've written your training package, your training protocol, you are going to find a volunteer. So at this point, it's going to be someone in your house probably. And again, being mindful that if you are experiencing issues finding someone to do this with, please reach out to me. I am being extremely flexible around this because, we are supposed to be socially distancing. So someone that you're already interacting with within your home. And you are going to submit a taped demonstration. So what you're going to do so your meeting should be no more than 15 minutes. You are going to make sure that you're essentially going to have your mediator present with you while you work through your agenda and train your mediator on this particular training package. Okay, you're going to make sure that you include the following criteria. So you're training the mediator how to teach a client the skill. So for example, if we go up and you say that you want to teach Billy to generalize gross motor skills to the home and under a parent's direction. So your mediator in this particular example is going to be a parent. So it's going to be Billy's mom or dad. And the training is going to be focused on how you're teaching Billy's mom or dad to teach Billy gross motor imitation in the home. The mediator should be asking you questions, and you're going to respond to those questions appropriately in order to kind of develop that skill set and enhance that clarity and clarification piece. And then at the end of the session, you are going to discuss your observations during the performance. I kind of identify whether they're proficient with the skill or not proficient with the skill, and whether a follow-up is required or how follow-up support is going to be provided. And again, the rubric for your demonstration is all down here, right down here. Okay, and this is exactly what I'm going to be looking at as I work my way through your video. Okay, so this information is all up here underneath the table of contents, under assignment, under the BST assignment. It's all there for you. Again, remembering to consult those rubrics. Because that is what I'm going to have so that you've got all of those components that are necessary. And remembering that if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, good luck, guys.